Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to make this Rastafara crop top. You can wear it with or without a jacket. Please, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe and like for more videos.
We will start by chaining 20 for medium size. If you are a bigger size, you can use around 22 chains. So I will start by a black color at the top, which will only do around 3 to 4 rows, then we'll fix other colors. So we'll start by chaining 20. I usually make my knot like this. That is it. And then chain 20. So let's chain 20. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Once you chain 20, you'll skip one chain and then do a single crochet, just a normal single crochet. So do single crochets back in each and every stitch. Just do single crochet the way you are seeing in the video. For those who are new for single crochets, you can go back to my videos and watch out how someone do single crochet. We are almost at the end. So once you are at the end, you are going to chain 1, then turn your work. So once you turn your work, in the very first stitch, you are going to do 2 single crochets. In the very first stitch, do single crochets, 2 of them. Like this, sorry. So once you do your single crochets, we are now going to go back with back loops of single crochets. So this is how I do my back loop. At the back here, you yarn over, then do single crochets. So this is how you identify your back loop. The next stitch at the back, then do. So you're going to do that until you reach at the end. But now when you are at the end, before you finish off the last stitch, you're going to do again 2 normal single crochets in the very first in the very last stitch. So do that until we meet at the end. We are at the end of our second row. Let's finish up together. Like I said, once you are at the end, you're going to do 2 single crochets, but normal ones in the last stitch. So that's 1, that's 2. and make sure you count your stitches to make your work even. So that's 2. So once you are here again, you are going to chain 1 and then turn your work. The very first stitch again, you are going to chain 2 single crochets, the very first stitch, normal ones, and then you go with back loops until you are at the end again. So basically we are going to repeat this process. So since we are doing a Rastafari top, we are going to mix colors. So I'll be showing you how to mix colors once you do the length of your choice. For me, I'm going to do, for black color, I'm just going to do 4 rows. So we are on the 3rd row. When I come back, I will show you how to fix. And now the green color or red, whichever color we choose. So let's meet at the end for the last row. So once you are here at the end, we are going to chain 1. We are going to do 2 single crochets in 1 chain. Chain 1, turn your work. Again, do 2 single crochets in the very first stitch and continue with back loops until you are at the end. And that's how we are going to repeat this process until we reach the length of our top. But now I'll be showing the end of my red yarn. I've done 4 rows, 1 2 3 4. So we are going to fix the yellow yarn. So you just cut off your yarn, this. This is how I do fix my yarn. You grab your right side, yarn over, and then yarn over through. Make sure you leave at least a small chain for strengthening the rope. Once you are done that, chain 2, turn over your work, and then in the very first stitch do 2 double crochets, just like the way we have been doing. So in the very first stitch do 2 single crochets, sorry. With the leftover stitches I touch the middle. So I have fixed my green yarn. At this part we are doing rectangle part where we are not extending anymore. At this side we are just going downward. So I've done 3 of yellow yarn. I'm doing the green color, and this is the last color before we finish over our top. So when you are done with this, you are going to put our design down here. So let's finish up together. So once you are at the end, you are not going to do 2 single crochets. We're just going to do 1 normal single crochet, chain 1, and then turn your work and do again 1 single crochet in the very first stitch, and now continue with back loops. Back loops are like the way you have been doing, but make sure once you are at the end, you are not going to do 2 single crochets. You are just doing 1. Turn your work and then do another one, just normal one, and continue with back loops. Do like this for 4 rows, and I'll meet you at the end for the last process, and then we do our decorations. I am done with my green yarn. So far this is how the top is looking like. So we are almost done. The next part now we are going to measure. So I usually do crop tops for my side, but if you want a more longer top, you can do any length of your choice. But for me, I do around 10 inches. So this is 10 inches for my long side, and then we'll do now the last decoration at the bottom. Then once we are done with the decoration at the bottom, we are now going to do our sides, where we do single crochets all the way to smoothen our work, and then do the last now parts, and we'll finish with the chains at the top. So once you are here, you're going to chain, so chain 3, 2, 3, turn your work, and then you're going to skip the first 2 chains and do a double crochet at the 3rd chain. So you'll be chaining 2, skip the first and second, and then do the 3rd one, a double crochet. So we are going to do 3 these parts. We're going to do 3 of them, and then do a V shape. I'll just show you how to do a V shape. Skip 2, 1, 2, 3. So here we are going to do a V shape. For a V shape, you just chain 1, and then go back to the same stitch and do a double crochet. So this is how we normally do our V shape. It helps at the decoration. I will just show you once we are at the end. So after the V shape, chain 2 again, and then you'll skip the first 2 and do a double crochet to the 3rd one. Chain 2, skip 2, do a double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, do a double crochet at the 3rd. So you are continuing that way. So we are on the, let's just repeat this one. We are on our 3rd row. We do now a V shape. Like a V shape, I said you chain 1 and then go back in the same stitch and do. Sorry, we have not chained 1. Chain 1 and go back like this. So continue that way with the same pattern until I meet you at the end for the final pattern down there. So let's meet at the end when you are done. We are almost at the end, and now we are going to do, here we are going to do our last V shape, and then just finish off with a single double crochet. Once you are here, you chain 3, once you turn your work, after chaining 3 chains, the very first V shape, we are going to do 4 chains in the very first V shape. Do 4 chains in the space. So once you do 4 chains in the space, we are now going to skip this space and do here just a normal double crochet, just like that. Do again another one now at the top of this, just like that. So once you have done 2 double crochets at the top, you're now going to do 7 double crochets in the middle of this V shape in the same stitch. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if you want a more broad decoration, you can do 8. Basically from my side, I normally do 8, but the normal standard chains are 7, so I normally do 8 for my patch. How it's looking like. You can also pull just to make it more visible. Once you have done your 8 chains, you now skip the first, there are 3 spaces. You skip the first one, and in the middle of the third, the second, you do at the top just a normal double crochet, the top here. Just like that. Then the next V shape, you do 8 stitches again. So the reason we are doing that is to get this design. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. So we are continuing like that until we are at the end. Once you do your 8 stitches in the same V shape, you just skip the first and then do a normal double crochet at the top of the middle one. Just like that. Make sure you grab at least 2 chains from the bottom, like that. So again, you chain 8 the next V stitch. So you keep on repeating, and then do single crochets all the way. When you are here, the middle, we do 2 in this space, 2 single crochets. So the reason we are doing this is to smoothen our work. But now we are just going to do with the same color. Until we are here. and smooth them. We'll continue with single crochets. The corner, since we want our corner to be visible, we will do two single crochets in one chain. So this is one, this is another one. Then we are going to continue with the single crochets all the way up. It will help us to do our stitches from the back. The single crochets all the way around until you reach this end. So far I have done single crochets all the way around. So this is how my work is looking like. Okay, so the next part we are going to do is to fix the second row this side and second row this side of black color. So for black color I used double crochet with while skipping 2 chains. So I'm just going to show you how I did. So this is how I usually insert my yarn. Then I will chain 3 and then enter the first stitch with just a normal double crochet, and then third stitch with just a normal double crochet. And for the first 4 stitches, this is 1 2 3 4, we are going to do just normal double crochets. Then once we reach at the 4th stitch is where now we are going to start off our design. Then I chain 2, then skip the first 2 stitches and do here a normal double crochet like that. Chain 2, here skip 2, do just a normal double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, do a normal double crochet. And just know that when you reach at the corner, like I said before, you will do 2 in one chain to make our corner stiff and visible. So once you are here again, we are chain 2, skip 2, continue with the same process. So do like that for both ends. See you once you are done for the final. I'm done with my top. This is how my bottom looks like. Once you get here at the top, you will do chains of around 150 and then come back with slip stitches. For those who have watched my recent videos, you will see how I do make these chains. So that's the last part. You just make chains and that is it. Now you just put on your top and chain all through at the back. Thank you for watching.